What's up, guys? We're back again with an incredibly evil Elite Barbarians deck to crush the meta. Everywhere you look, you're going to be seeing Electro Giant, and that's why Golem Night Witch isn't very strong. They E-Giant into all of your support cards, your Night Witch dies, and then they just take your tower. But this deck is built different and perfect for ladder. Electro Giants are not breaking through your Ebarbs, and Hog Riders can't even get a hit on your tower. When you start a Giant in the back and follow up with a Night Witch to stockpile a ton of bats, and your opponent bridge spams in the other side into Ebarbs, you will become one sinister Sir. After shutting down the bridge spam for a positive elixir trade, your Ebarbs will take to the offense. You can miner on either side, sniping ranged units, supporting your giant Night Witch, or keeping your Elite Barbarians alive and zapping the tower so it targets onto the miner instead. Meanwhile, removing annoying cards like Minion Horde or Magic Archer with your Fireball, logging away skeleton armies or goblins, and making sure that your Elite Barbarians and your Night Witch can connect to the tower. Night Witch just got a buff, so she attacks a lot faster, and Elite Barbarians in this deck takes it to the next level. It's currently played within the top 300 in the world, so let's test it out for ourselves and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel. Thanks to Raid for sponsoring today's video. I have a feeling that you guys know what I'm going to say. Raid is an epic mobile experience with over 600 different champions that you can take your chances in dungeon runs up against epic boss fights. Team up with other players in PvE boss battles, or fight in the global PvP arena to get all the glory. Download on PC or mobile using the link in the description of the video or the QR code. The Doom Tower is some of my favorite super tough content. The Arbiter fought a ton of bad guys a while back, and she wasn't strong enough to take them out for good. So instead, she sealed them up in this massive super tower until she could figure out how to deal with them. And thousands of years passed without any changes to the Doom Tower, so all the bad guys are still there. To climb to the top, you're gonna need an army of champions, ways to remove debuffs, and a lot of other specialties to test your skill. There's a lot going on in Raid this month. Special events every single day. Just like the Path of Light event where you're able to explore 3 branching paths to get the rewards that you want the most. There's new champions and a new set of skins for the amazing Tundra Gilt Mallet. And Raid is running a special Deliana Chase event where all you have to do is log in and play Raid for 7 days between now and July 20th. New and existing players can get Deliana for free. All new players, when you get in game, enter promo code MyDeliana. You'll get 50 XP boost to max your Deliana. And for anyone new to Raid, make sure to download today using my link in the description of the video. You'll get the free champion Tyrell, 200,000 silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard. All right, so getting into this one against Danger. What's up, my dude?
I am the Danger.
I'm gonna sauce out a good luck and go for a giant because I've got Night Witch, so I feel very comfortable. I think we're playing against P.E.K.K.A. So this is one of those matchups that most people struggle into. Hopefully we can show you guys the secret to success. Oh, I'm not a huge fan of this, but I think I have to Fireball. So the reason we're Fireballing there is obvious. I was going to get a massive positive elixir trade, and he probably doesn't have elixir for the P.E.K.K.A. for a bit. So I can Elite Barbarians after he eventually P.E.K.K.A.s, and I might be able to take the other tower. So I'm expecting that these Ebarbs take a tower on the right-hand side, and the Night Witch Bats cleans up the P.E.K.K.A. There's no answer for this in your entire deck. Even if you Dark Prince, it's going to die if I zap, so I'll take that. And then it retargets on the healthier Elite Barbarian. So no matter what deck you're playing in Clash Royale, if you can judge what your opponent's elixir is at after you get a good elixir trade, you can capitalize and punish them and take their tower. The one thing that I just want to walk you guys through, I dropped a Fireball on top of minions and then also on top of his Battle Ram. So that was 7 elixir for my 4 elixir, and I had a +3 elixir trade. And I knew when he dropped his P.E.K.K.A., he was at 0 elixir. So if you only have elixir for a Dark Prince or a Royal Ghost, you are likely going to lose the game. He played that Dark Prince in the optimal placement. Most people wouldn't know that, and he dropped it as far away as he possibly could. So he would have, if he had played that any worse, he would have lost the entire tower, but he played that so well. Okay, this is great Fireball value. What are those? Oh my goodness. Shredding this P.E.K.K.A. player like nobody's business. That's what this deck does. I think that when you have Elite Barbarians, the punishing potential with it is off the rails. No other giant deck that I know of can punish people that quick, especially when you have Zap and Log. You can remove skeleton armies and bats and, you know, make a lot of other situations more promising for you. So this P.E.K.K.A. game is not guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination. This guy could still beat me. Like, let's say he goes in for a Battle Ram and goes and kites my Night Witch into the P.E.K.K.A. and just plays absurdly well. This is still a scary game. I'm expecting him to Fireball, so I don't want to spend too much elixir here. I'm going to Fireball on top of these minions so that I can keep the Mega Minion alive because he has no other card besides Electro Wizard, but he dropped Electro Wizard, so then he's not able to break through with that. So that's a pretty good positive elixir trade. I'm going to log here to guarantee that the P.E.K.K.A. doesn't hit me, and then I can go in for a Elite Barbarians and Zap. And the reason why I'm zapping is to stop both of the cards that are charging at me. I think this defense is going to be rock solid if I can fireball when everything connects to the tower, so then I'm able to clean it all up and not take any damage. I did not clean it all up, so I'm going to have to go for the miner on defense. And if you guys haven't seen miner on defense, it's like a scuffed knight. It's basically a knight with less HP. Even though this dude went for a Dark Prince and a Zap, dropped 6 elixir, he still wasn't able to break through that knight. That knight miner, guys, he's basically swapped out the sword for a shovel, and he's still successful. As you guys can see, P.E.K.K.A was no danger. All right, so jumping into this game against Mr. Bliss. So we're going to see what he's got. Definitely want to drop a good luck and going for a log and give him the perception that we got a fast cycle deck. No one is expecting a giant elite barbarians deck when they see log. They're like, probably hog rider, maybe miner control. And we're going to confirm his suspicion by dropping the miner on his tower. So he's just like, okay. Jake is definitely running miner wall breakers. He's already crying because he doesn't want to play this type of matchup. I'm going to fireball on top of the bomber to get even more of a damage lead. And he's going to golem in the back. Oh, this is tragic. So I'm not a huge fan of this matchup, because if I don't go same side right now, what happens is he just overwhelms me and 3 crowns me. I've had this happen a lot, and it doesn't feel good. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to try to go in for the Elite Barbarians on the support cards and then zap on top of the Night Witch Bats so we can clean everything up relatively nicely. At least that's what we want to see. So the Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to lock onto the Giant. I can go in for my zap when I need to. Just going to wait and try to hit the proper zap timing so the Elite Barbarians are going to be at full HP. And that's about as well as you can possibly play this on defense. We cleaned everything up. We went same side. We've got Elite Barbarians counter pushing. We can go for a miner because we have the Night Witch Bats as well. I'm looking at it and I'm loving it. So wonder if we can finish off the... Ooh, yeah, let's go. We were able to kill the bomber and maybe have the Night Witch lock onto the tower for a couple of little slaps as well. Yes, sirs. That attack speed is ridiculous. It is such a big buff to the Night Witch, and I feel like she's underappreciated in the moment.
You foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach!
Hermione, no!
If I go for another Giant in the back and I just eat that, that's going to be in our best interest as well, so I can, conserve my elixir advantage and then power through his golem. One thing that you guys probably already know by now, but I'll just say it again, is when you Giant in the back and single elixir, you want a Night Witch in the back when you're at 10 elixir and you want to cycle in the far, far back. So when the Night Witch bats spawn, they're still going to go behind your Giant. It's extremely important to do that if you want to get the most out of your push. Notice how the Night Witch bats are still timed perfectly, so then they don't go ahead. So I'm not wasting any Night Witch bats that die to the tower there. Just want to highlight that again.
Don't know, now you know.
You guys probably already knew, but just in case. All right, we're going to go for a zap depending on what happens here. I love that the Ebarb was able to one-tap him, and he's going to zap, but our Mega Minion's going to stay alive. So with 40 seconds remaining... Oh, that Mega Minion popping off. Let's go. Going to keep going for the Giants because we're going to have a much better trade than him. I can Fireball and Log and kill that, but I want to Fireball and hit more stuff. I'm thinking that he'll probably give me more value. Maybe I'm insane for thinking so. Yeah, I'm still going to Fireball and Log earlier, actually, because I want to take out the tower. And then I'm not going to have to deal with the Night Witch Bats. I won't have to even zap them because they're just going to die. That's beautiful. Look at that. He has no support for that Golem. It's all gone. It's gone with the wind. I can go in for double Giants here, so then the Night Witch doesn't die. She's staying alive. She's thriving. Oh, my goodness. Well, she was staying alive and thriving until that happened. Credit where credit is due. Our opponent played pretty well there. But... remember, all I have to do is go in for the Night Witch on defense, and because its attack speed is so fast, it was able to kill a Mini P.E.K.K.A. So now I can, in the last remaining seconds, I finish off the tower. But you're kind of just trading evenly, getting more chip damage than the Golem player, going same lane, using your Elite Barbarians on defense to clean up their support, zapping on the Night Witch Bats, and then at that exact last second, you power through and take their towers fast because you have a reliable finisher of Miner, Fireball, Log, and Zap, out-damaging any Golem player in the remaining seconds of the match. All right, we got a game here, so you guys already know the deal. We want to keep up the aggression as soon as our opponent decides to spam. We want to level up the dominance. If he cycles anything, we've got Elite Barbarians. Otherwise, be a deceptive sir. Cycle your Log. Give them the perception that it's anything but Elite Barbarians.
Why are you so angry?
So, I saw Rage. I don't want to play into a Rage Sparky player in double elixir. I'd rather surprise him in single. It was either going to be that or Elixir Golem. I'm glad I hit the nail on the head and was right the first guess with the Sparky. Feels good. So whenever you see Rage on the tower, you can deduce that it's going to be one of those two decks. I'm going to eat the first Sparky shot, and I'm going to Mega Minion here. And, oh no, I'm not going to Mega Minion anymore. I think I need a Fireball on top of that, and then I think I can maybe even get away with the Zap. Oh my gosh! What? He has them both in one deck? Oh, mamma mia, I'm screwed. There's no way. There's no way. This is gone. I can't defend this. So this log timing is perfect because I'm able to damage down all of the blobs. Maybe I am able to defend this. Wait, did I play that well enough to win? No way, dudes. That was such a clean log. So you log when the second form of the Elixir Golem is half HP. because then you're able to, oh, is that sparking a retarget? I'm like, I was freaking out. Because then you're able to get a little bit more value from it. It's obviously nice to do. All right, so if I elite barbarians, it's a bad play. I want to be able to go in for a Night Witch in the back as well. I should have maybe minored and zapped because I had a pretty good hand and it seemed like arrows were not going to be able to completely captivate that. Oh, man. Fireball? Not going to be good enough. I need to get a miner down here so then the bats get tanked for. And then I can fireball on the Night Witch as well. This is clean. This is pristine. This might have been the best fireball you've ever seen. Oh my gosh, I need to kill that. I'm going to log. I'm going to log like yesterday. Log like my life depends on it. Let's go. There's no way I win this after such a bad start. That would be insane. All right, I'm going to go Night Witch again. I'm going to go Giant at the river. If he goes in for an elixir goal on the other side, that's a vibe. Okay, he's going to Sparky. I got to go Giant into this, and then I got to go in for a Zap and then a Fireball. So the reason why I'm playing like this, because I'm going to be able to reset the Sparky and then get more value with the Fireball. Why do you have 2 of those? 30 seconds remaining, though. Wait, insane Fireball value. Insane Fireball value. I hit it all, and the Giant popped off. All I have to do is defend. I don't think it's possible, but I have to try it. Got to kill that as quickly as we can, and then go for the Giant to soak it up for the squad. And then I need to get enough elixir here. I don't know. I got to go Ebarbs and then log, and then maybe get a juicy Zap down, depending on what happens. Okay, that Zap was not it, Chief. That Zap was not it, Chief, but this Fireball might be it, Chief. Okay. I needed to keep that Night Witch alive. That's a lot of elixir golems. I'm not feeling good about this anymore. But if I can defend, I can win. All right, we're going to log. Second form half HP again. Wait. Wait. No way. No way. If I beat this elixir golem, guys, you'll be the happiest people on this planet, right? You hate elixir golem almost as much as I do. We've got the counter push of the century. This might be the comeback parade. Oh, I forgot how clutch Zap can be against Sparky players. And I cannot believe I won that match. I feel like I threw that match to him multiple times and we were just playing baseball, catching the yard. And in the end, I caught the ball. I think that game demonstrated perfectly how double small spells can turn the tide of the battle against elixir golem blobs and resetting Sparkies. No matter what crazy deck your opponent's going to throw at you, you're going to have defense. Let's get it. The Phenomenal. So I don't know if this guy's ready for the Phenomenal Elite Barbarians, ready to snack on whatever he pounces through with. If he doesn't cycle anything, oh wow. I was going to say, if he doesn't cycle anything, it'd be pretty bad for me. But if he's going to go and drop his Goblin Cage early on, by the time that the Giant gets near the side of his map, then he's already going to lose the Goblin Cage. It's going to be going in the other lane. So this is quite good. I'm going to Mega Minion the other side. I'm going to go in for a Night Witch here. I'm going to try to time the Night Witch so then all the bats go behind the Giant. And the best way of doing that is when you're at 10 Elixir after dropping a Giant, then you go in for the Night Witch in the back, and then all the bats are not going to be wasted. Wait, no way. Are you kidding me right now? I logged and it went away. That's so unlucky. So I thought that the log plus miner hit would be able to finish off the Musketeer, but I literally pushed it to safety. Gave it a little bit of a life raft out here on a sinking ship. His tower is going down, but I saved him for whatever reason. I guess I'm just a really kind person or something. I can go for a Giant in the back and then show you guys the 10 Elixir strategy, so that's what I'm going to go for. High chance he goes Balloon. I'm not super scared about that because I have Fireball and Mega Minion if I need to. We'll see if he goes Balloon, I'll Fireball, and then I'll drop a Mega Minion. I think he's definitely going to give me some superb Fireball value, or I can go Ebarbs. Wait, Ebarbs are just so much better, because they kill the Musketeer and they provide counter push and he doesn't have skeletons to distract anymore. So I'm going to Night Witch here. And I wonder, yeah, he has to miner on defense. This is crazy. And then we go in for a miner here because the bats will get tanked for now since the Musketeer is going to target that. Unfortunately, I didn't expect him to cycle back to another Musketeer. That would have been amazing if I made a prediction on that because I would have just won the game. However, we can Fireball on the Skeletons and the Muskie and then Zap maybe, depending on how frisky I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm not feeling that frisky. The Night Witch wasn't going to be able to pop more bats. Do you guys remember when the Night Witch died and then it spawned like 4 bats? That was ridiculous. Also, the best thing about miners from our opponent is, unlike us, you know, you're not going to have bats. You're not going to have Ebarbs. You're just going to have cards like Skeletons or remnants of a Musketeer that I Fireball that I can easily log or just finish off with a Zap. Definitely going to go for a log for preference instead of a Zap because I can get damage on the tower. And this guy, I mean, I wonder what he's going to do. Unfortunately, I have to cycle my Night Witch so I don't leak Elixir. The bats are going to go ahead this time. Not really what we wanted, but it is what it is. Notice how I'm always saving my Mega Minion because it's our best answer to Balloon. I'm expecting to have Balloon because that's what most people have in this type of deck. Also, I'm going to Fireball and Zap. I'm going to Zap before I Fireball, though. The reason is, like, if you Fireball first, and then well, I mean, I still Fireball before, but I want to make sure the Zap hit before the Fireball hit because the Fireball can push it away and then you would miss it. I'm not a huge fan of missing my spells. Also, the Ice Golem should be out of cycle again. I'm just going to go for a Giant again. I can Fireball this every single time for a good trade. And it's not like you can do much here. Oh my gosh, what is that? That was definitely phenomenal value. Yo, you're living up to your name, brother. I appreciate that. And the Musketeer gets tapped by the tower instead of it locking onto the Goblin Cage. It's a beautiful sight to see. So he's going to have to go Miner on defense. He hasn't even been able to drop a balloon. I swear this guy has a balloon in his deck. I promise you guys, but he hasn't been able to drop it. Maybe this tower is going to drop if I can go for a log and hit skeletons here. Yep, good looks, good vibes. And look at how much stuff I have on him. There's nothing he can do. He has to go Goblin Cage, but I'm probably going to Fireball it, and then the Giant should lock tower. That's going to be GG. That's going to be all she wrote. He's pushing the Giant and locking it in place with the Goblin Cage. The definition of a prison. In between the tower and the cage, and the Giant's like, I got to do some prison break shenanigans. So 28 trophies from that one, putting us at 9,500 in the world. Just looking at his deck, he definitely did have Balloon, but he never had the opportunity to drop it since we were always on offense. All right, we got a game against Grim. So this guy is from Nate's clan, so I'm expecting him to be running Spell Cycle. Little does he know, I've got the dirty Elite Barbarians up my sleeve. We're going to perform a magic trick on your Miner. Goodbye. See you later. If he Dark Princes, we can hold it back with the Miner here, and then I can zap on top of the Dark Prince, so then it doesn't charge on the Miner. I don't know if he has a good distraction for this. Am I crazy for doing that? Am I insane? Or are we going to be able to kill it? Okay, I'm not going to be able to kill it. I think I played a little bit too aggressive. There's no doubt in my mind. I was fast, I was furious, and I was a wild child. I'm going to have to log. We are going to be up a lot of damage. The great thing about his deck is I know what it is. So he can only Miner and Rocket for his damage. That is literally the only way he can get damage. So the thing is, I don't have to care. If I Giant in the back, that's going to get rocketed. If I Night Witch in the back, that's going to get rocketed. But if I Giant plus Miner, he's going to have to Inferno Tower it, and I'll get damage in the process because it's going to be a -1 trade, and then the Giant's going to... Well, it's not going to be a -1 trade because he's going to drop skeletons on the Miner. That's why I was thinking it was like going to be a -1 trade. He's going to go Inferno Tower here, and then the Giant is going to be tanking for the Miner, so I'm going to get a lot of extra damage. That's the reason why I like this so much. I can zap, and then I can Night Witch in the middle, and I should be able to stop the Dark Prince from hurting us. Oh, I love this. I love this matchup so much. And if you guys are ever identifying what your opponent's deck is early on, and they're running a control deck, you use the Giant as a resource. So what I was explaining earlier is even if the Inferno Tower melts my Giant, it's going to be a 5-for-5 trade, even. And then the Giant HP means that the tower can't target the Miner. So that means that I'm getting a better trade than him dropping an Inferno Tower, fighting on his side of the map. So this matchup is not bad for me in the slightest, and I am ready to go in for Mega Minion because he doesn't have a good answer to that in his deck. I think I want to log the skeletons in case he's trying... Ooh, yeah. I thought he was going to try to distract the Mega Minion with the skeletons. I'm going to zap here so we can reset the Mega Minion. Okay, he went Royal Delivery, so I wasn't able to. Miner's going to do a ton of damage. He might go in for a Dark Prince here, so I'm going to go in for a Night Witch. Be able to shut that all down. So double elixir is where he's going to begin the rocket cycle, and I'm not a huge fan of that because it's definitely not easy to play against. I'm going to go in for a Giant here, and I'm going to zap on the Dark Prince, so then it can't charge up everything on us. And if I get an even trade and I stifle his Dark Prince, then I'm pretty happy with it. All right, I'm going to go Mega Minion. I'm going to go in for a log, and then I will follow up with a Night Witch just because I can stockpile a lot of bats. And we clap the Dark Prince so it doesn't make a charge on us. We can pull it backward. I hate the fact that he's got Inferno Tower for this long. Very well played on his end. Okay, he's able to stack up a ton of Inferno Towers, and he's going to try to rocket cycle me. That's what I think he's going to do. So I'm going to go Giant. I'm going to go in for Mega Minion. And I'm going to cycle back to a Miner. Maybe he rockets on this, but I don't think he would. Is there any way that I just Miner on the outside? Yeah, he's going to rocket. That's kind of what we expected. That's the better play for sure. If he skeletons, I zap and I get a good trade because I get a ton of damage because he just went for a rocket and an Inferno Tower. He dropped his entire elixir bank. All right, so since he doesn't have rocket, I can go Ebarbs and I can feel pretty good about this. I can't stockpile too much stuff together. I can log and I can also fireball. I think logging is better and then fireballing afterward. Because if we fireball afterward, then the Dark Prince's shield is gone, so I might be able to damage it down. This is really, really good. I played that super well. I'm going to zap so then I can reset so then the Elite Barbarian doesn't get targeted. And then he's going to have to go for another Dark Prince. Okay, so he's saying GG. He's expecting this game to be over. It's not over yet because, you know, that rocket cycle, he just needs like 2 rockets and he's able to win. I'm very, very scared of this matchup still. I'm going to go in for Night Witch. I'm going to go Miner in the back. The skeletons are out of cycle, so it's going to be harder for him to counter this. The Night Witch bats are just going to spawn a ton. And yeah, that Miner is doing a lot of damage, guys. I'm going to zap and I'm going to fireball, so maybe I can kill the Dark Prince. I'm just trying to get back in the damage lead from that. That interaction was good for him overall. And now he's going to try to rocket cycle me. The good thing is, he's not going to have rockets, so then I can go in for Elite Barbarians and catch the miner, and then Giant Miner here, and then get a good trade. So this is the thing that I was scared about, because it's just two rockets off of him winning. So that's what you don't want to see when you're playing this deck. I'm going to go for a Zap here. I'm going to Fireball as well, and I think I can break through the Inferno Tower, at least keep the Giant alive long enough. So GG, well played, and peace out. Never get complacent when your opponent says GG. It might be mental warfare, because as you guys could see, he was just one miner, rocket, and a couple logs off of winning that game. The great thing about this deck compared to other miner cycle decks, because they're always on defense and you use your Giant as a resource on offense, you will outdamage them every single time. Like, subscribe for more daily content, and have an awesome rest of your day.